Hello, everyone. Man United agenda. So, guys, what a day. Mr. B, how you feeling in the building?
Delighted.
Yeah?
Absolutely delighted. Yes, that performance today brought a joy to my heart, man. That performance today brought a joy to my heart. I think that's one of the best. I think personally, that's one of the best we've played this season. Whether or not that is a blinkered thing because of my hatred for Jose and his tactics or not, I don't know. But I really, really enjoyed the game. I really enjoyed the way that the whole team played today. That's the whole team, including your boy.
Oh, God. Did you talk to me?
I thought the game was a dead game, to be honest with you. I'm surprised that Mr. B actually both teams were quite poor in the first half. I thought that this was an opportunity for Tottenham to beat quite a poor Man U side. I didn't really think that you had much. The midfield with McTominay and your guy Fred, it was easy for the Spurs
Just my guy.
But surprise, isn't it? I know that movie, innit? I know what he did last summer. Goal up, and then second half, sit back and let the team spank us, isn't it? That's what happened. So yeah, for me, it was a dead game, but yeah, there was nothing from both teams. If I'm being honest with you.
So I'm going to start off now by looking at your lineup to the lineup, because obviously we did our fantasy sort of like predicted 11, and your goalkeeper today, I don't blame him for any of the goals at all. I just don't blame him for any of the goals. He couldn't have stopped any of those goals from going in. Regulon, this guy that you guys all so great and think he's the best thing since sliced bread. I thought he just had not even an average game. He was poor today. Now,
I'll tell you what. Sorry, I know I'm going to forget in it. He was poor today, yes, but you see what Greenwood did to him for the third goal, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, now you can carry on talking. So, and another thing, go. I'll leave you to talk.
Yeah, that's fine. So, Dyer. You know what, Deji? I feel for you, because when I think about it, and I think Dyer, and I'll say Dyer, and I do take the mickey out of him quite a lot. Phil Jones. Why is Dyer at centre back for you guys? What is going on with your centre backs? Because Jose Mourinho seems like parading them, absolutely giving them no respect whatsoever. I'm playing this average bomb every game.
Oh my days. It's a joke. From when we saw Dyer, the first thing that went to my mind is Sanchez injured? Why is he playing Dyer when we've got Toby? You know what I'm saying? And the only thing that I can think of is that Jose wants out, and so he's self-sabotaging the team. Because that move there doesn't make sense to anyone. It doesn't make sense to anyone. When you've got Toby and you've got Sanchez, why would you bring Dyer in this game? I don't know. I'm as baffled as you guys. Dyer was starting. You were getting excited. You were thinking Cavani can actually do something. We made Cavani look like he was 25. Yes. Cavani for me was literally months away from a walking stick. Today we got my man looking like Suarez. I mean, this is a joke. I can't believe it. I don't know how to answer that thing, and I don't know how to defend a manager of a team that is so bad. I can't. And you're right. You know, for me, everyone, look, let's just get into it, because
Okay, so let's talk about obviously the first half.
Solo,
And
just a little thing before we start. Yeah, this is a message. This is a little tune.
You're bringing the music theme up, man.
For you, Deji, just for you, and the rest of you Spurs, man.
Oh, good. Yeah. So yeah, now listen, yeah. I'm telling you now. Okay, let's go into the game.
Yeah.
United again, Mr. B. Why is it sort of the first say 20 minutes of every game United are so poor?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm baffled. I'm baffled because it's every single game we play. I don't know if the warm up isn't aggressive enough. I don't know if the G up. It's just how he starts. It's just how he starts. And until a team scores, all of a sudden we wake up. I mean, you know, in all fairness, Deji was right about the first half. It was a much of a muchness. We got a goal disallowed that I still don't understand why it was disallowed. But
We'll come to that,
you know,
because I'm fuming.
it was disallowed. But the second half, I just think that Jose always plays the same. It's the same. He scores the goal. He sets his team out to score the goal. As soon as they score, the whole team to a man drops off. They never had no focal point. Harry Maguire munched Harry Kane today.
Yeah,
Maguire had Kane in his pocket today.
yeah,
You know, I know Kane's not fast, so he was never gonna. But those forwards are the perfect forwards for Harry Maguire. The physical ones, the ones who make little darting runs but don't have the pace to keep on going.
yeah.
I mean, today I don't even know what Tottenham's. Did Jose come to win? I don't even think Jose came to win the game. I'll be honest. I think I'm looking at the game and only one team came to win. Only one
Yeah.
team came to win. Pogba today, I thought, expressed himself a lot. You know what I mean? And the fact that we had McFackery's in the centre of the park and they had their first two. I mean, we were talking about central midfield and none of them had Freddie McTominay. But look at it today. They did the thing.
No. So, listen, Deji, yeah, I would come here. I am gloating a bit, but you know what my thing is, and I think it's for me is Jose just poisoned every club he goes to, and I'm not. I like Tottenham. I like Tottenham Football Club. I do like Tottenham, but it's what he's doing. It's killing some of the players, and those football is anti-football. He's playing anti-football right now at Spurs. Anti-football. But let's go to your two central mid, Højbjerg and Mbele. Again, go on.
I just wanted to just say, because I looked at the game, and I just want to talk about the Man U team. For me,
Let's do it. I'm going to put this line up here for you. Here we go.
Yeah, looking at the Man U team, for me, I thought to myself, that looks a little bit lopsided. I understand, but I think Pogba is not someone that plays on the wing. Do you get me? So I thought we had Man U for the taking. Rashford was on the right. Fernandes was in the middle. You heard the commentator talk about the fact that you have no pace up top. So that meant that in the first half, because Cavani's not going to run, we were pushing forward and a lot of joy. And if you can see, Pogba weren't too comfortable on that left-hand side. So I was thinking, this is a lopsided Manchester United team that has a lot of pace. There's no James, there's no Greenwood. Take these man out. Take them out. Even, let's be real. I remember doing anything. Do you? I think he had one shot.
Yeah.
But Fernandes was very, very quiet.
Yeah.
McTominay was fouling. Let's keep it real. I don't really know what he was doing, but he was doing something on there. Do you get what I'm saying? Rashford was out of the game. Compared by Rashford standards, he was out. So this is a Man U team that was Spain on Thursday. You lot look lethargic.
Yeah.
You lot look tired. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, Tottenham had an opportunity. I talk for the Tottenham players. First half, Højbjerg and Ndombele, Lo Celso, it was all right. I agree with you. It was half ones, half a dozen. Well taken. But McTominay, who was it? Pogba had elbowed Aurier in the face. We didn't get nothing for that. And then my man, in terms of McTominay, so it could have gone. Fair enough. Just, tell your players to keep their arms down. That's it. Simple things. We get a goal. Push on. I'm so vexed because I'm looking at the Tottenham fans that I told 4 or 5 weeks ago we need to get Jose out, and now I'm like, you man to see my bring home the Carabao Cup. You guys won today, but you didn't do anything special. That's not Man U.
Again, Deji, like you said, that's not Man United. So as a Man United fan, like I said, for me, I think Man United as a team and a squad of players, we have so much more to offer. And you guys were saying, oh, but you'll take Ole. But for me, again, I'm going to give Ole almost I've never done it before, on a manager's rating. But at the end of it, I'll be giving like a 9.5 out of a 10 for a substitution. Yeah? And that's only because Greenwood came on and that was a death cross he did to score a goal. But he's a top player. But like he just said there with it, and we're going to go on to this whole goal that got disallowed, the phantom goal that got disallowed. So let's start with Mr. B and then we'll come to you there. You touched on this goal now, yeah? This now, I used to play Sunday League football. I'm sure you still play a bit of football and you might train kids that play football. Mr. B train people as well. But with a natural reaction, it's almost like you putting your hand back. But the way Son go down today, man looked like he got shot. Don't get me wrong. In the first half, you did see, in the first 20 minutes or so, Rashford went down like that a couple of times. And I'm sitting there going, get up. What is wrong with you? Get up. Because I'm sitting here thinking, you know what I mean? He ain't touched you. That there was only like a little thing like that. The man gone down holding his head. To be honest with you, football is finished. And VAR's killed the game. Mr. B, let's take it on with you now because I am so disappointed in that goal getting rescinded. So disappointed in that.
Well, I mean, who do you blame? Do you blame the people at VAR who gave it's from when the referee is running over to the TV, I'm thinking, is he really, really going to change it? But Son, yes, but that's how football is now. As soon as you swing your arm, as soon as you touch a man, they're falling down on the floor. Son, I heard he's going to have laser surgery after the game because he's blinded in one eye. You know what I mean? But to me, you know, I've got my little one playing football and I'm moaning at him for slide tackling and he's saying, oh, Dad, but you know, you've got to do this. And he's manning up at 8 years old. And you've got these big grown men flapping and flopping on the floor, even down to Rashford. I agree. Rashford wasn't really a foul, but he was looking for something. So the referee hasn't given either of them. Fine. But to stop a perfectly good goal, in my opinion, you know, it was ridiculous. I'm sitting there watching, I'm thinking, is he really good? And then he does it, and then you think, well, what's the point? Are they going to be then any form of physical contact at all and a player goes down? It doesn't have to be a foul. It doesn't have to be a foul for somebody to fall down on the floor. It wasn't a foul, you know, so he's giving it, but what do you do? What do? You get up, you roll yourselves up and you score 3 more.
Oh, killed it. Deji, come on now. The song, how bad and embarrassing. Like, don't get me wrong. If that was a Man United player, I'll be sitting there like fuming at him because I'll be sitting there thinking, really? Are you going to go down by like a little, not even, because when he got up and I'm there looking at his face here, I'm expecting like a little scratch or something on his face.
Yeah.
Nothing
at
all. So do you think that goal was...
I think it was harsh on United. I'm not going to lie. Let me just keep it real. It was harsh. Because usually, I think the problem is... 30 seconds that's going on. That's not the game. First of all, it's the offside thing. If you see an offside, they used to flag it straight away. There's this thing now, you got to continue the game and then and you see the goal and then everything is saying it was offside. And I think that rule is the dumbest thing ever. If it's offside, stop it so that we don't see these things happening. If the ref is a foul, stop it and then. And clearly, he didn't think it was a foul. But when you look at McTominay throughout the game, and even prior to that incident, he was making fouls. In fact, he was on a yellow card. So technically, you shouldn't raise your arm. When a player's hand is above the shoulder, you're in danger. He hit my man in the face. Also, like I said to you before, Pogba he elbowed Aurier in the face. Had they gone to VAR, that's potentially dangerous play. So to be honest with you, it was 50-50. Maybe you didn't get McTominay, but you could have had the whole Pogba and Aurier thing, and and we would have been talking about that. So I think it swings round and roundabouts. And like you said, Mr. B, in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really affect things. But on another manager, I mean, Atkinson, for example, McTominay went off. Let's keep it real. I know some people saying they want a foul, but it's the law of the interpretation. Once you raise your arm up, you're always in danger. And that was the point you man were making when the incident with Lamela and Martial, if you go back.
Yeah.
And that's why you guys had a legit point. And I couldn't argue with him. So it's the same, for me, it's the same thing. But this time,
So,
so,
to your point, the letter of the law is if he raised his hand and he caught Song, like you said, he should have been sent off. But I think what happened is the referee bottled it, scratched the goal away from it, and then didn't book him. Because if that's a foul, you're sending the man off. He needs to be sent off.
Great.
I agree with you 100%. But I think the referee completely bottled it. And that's what it's down to. So, guys, before we move on, we're going to talk about, obviously, Mora, and we're going to talk about Kane, we're going to talk about Cavani, we're going to talk about Pogba in more details, and we're going to talk about Bruno Fernandes as well.
Are we going to talk about any invisible Spurs players?
Well, no, we will. Of course we will.
Invisible, you know.
We will. Could you, Mr. B, would you mind hitting these comments for us, please?
Yeah,
or Deji? Go on, Mr. B. I think you...
Yeah, message from Alan Cook. Hey,
hello,
guys.
Alan.
Alan Cook again says a very good game. Imran Chowdhury, good win, United lads.
Imran Khan, I got to say, pleasure today. Thank you very much. Pleasure. Thank you.
NW17, season over, done and finished. See you all next season. Dyer, Chowdhury again, Dyer is useless. Said Deji summed it up. Not sure why he plays. Well done, my boys. GGMU always. Breezy Page, good show, guys. Dynamic Productions.
Welcome.
Harry Kane will surely want to leave Tottenham now, but I don't know how much leave he will want, and I don't know who Kane's preferred club would be. Boy,
we're going to talk about that a bit afterwards, Deji, so be ready for it, yeah?
Message from Mr. Silver Fox. Manchester United have just packed Harry Kane's bags.
I don't know how you can say that.
Fair play, Deji. Solo on the United stand. That's a message from Breezy Page.
Appreciate it, Breezy.
Breezy Page again. Greenwood, what a player.
Quality.
Breezy Page, how do you expect Bell to score without any golf clubs? Breezy Page again. Mr. B back in the studio. Thank you very much. Harry Kane. This is a message from Rowan. Evening. Haven't heard from you in a couple of days, big man. Harry Kane, please pack your bags and go somewhere else. Somewhere else where you can win trophies.
Oh, yeah, sorry, you're gone. Rohan.
I'm so happy for Greenwood. We scored and he won. We won.
Yeah. So, Deji, let's go on now. And we're going to talk about... for me, I'm going to be honest with you. And as a Man United fan, I looked at today and I was ready to come on here to absolutely... I don't really slate him too much, but I was coming on here to look at Bruno Fernandes' performance. I was going to sit and criticise his performance because I don't think he did anything in the game. Bruno Fernandes.
Fernandes, yeah, he was
Fernandes.
non-existent.
He was non-existent today. He weren't there. He didn't drop at all for Man United today. But Mr. B, who did you want to talk about being invisible today then for Spurs?
Hilberg.
Okay, that's who I circled. I'll circle them. I did circle him. I've got him circled right here.
I look at, okay, we had a conversation a couple of days ago, and we were talking about obviously central midfielders, and I said Ndombele would get into my team.
Baller.
On the ball, he was good today, but off the ball, I don't think he was. Now, I don't know if that's because of how we played or how the game actually went, but I was expecting to see more from him in regards to what he does on the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Deji, quick one as well. You guys, obviously, let's finish Horvath first. Let's finish him off first. So for me today, again, a couple of nice things I saw him done and all. But apart from that, a player with so much potential and so much quality, what went wrong completely today for him? Obviously, you got to look at 11 players as subs.
To be honest with you, I don't know what game we're watching, to be honest. And I mean that I think Højbjerg played an all right game. He's not a flair player. His job is to sweep things at tackles. And if you saw the first half in particular, my man was getting in. He was frustrating Rashford. He was getting on Pogba's nerves. He was getting his foot stuck in on McTominay. He was doing his job. Højbjerg's role is to get in players' faces. And Ndombele's role is to use these kind of finessing little skills them to get a little yard of space and create opportunity. So for me, I didn't think Højbjerg had a bad game. But what happened and why we lost the game is we had Space Jam moment. You know what I mean? Space Jam moment, yeah? Let me tell you, this is what happens every game. Tottenham take the lead. The team then equalize. Then Mourinho takes off Ndombele. And then he will take off like a Lacelso, or he will take off another attacking player and bring on Sissoko. Now, Sissoko, when I was speaking to you guys on Friday, I told you I was looking for his talent up there in the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where it is, but we're still looking for it. So now I'm taking off our ball playing players, and you've now got people who can't play ball, and now Højbjerg is now on his ones against 3 Man United players, and that's why he started to look lost. Because Sissoko, prior to that, he was fine. He was fine. But Mourinho does these crazy moves. He brings on Lamela. What for? He takes off. He brings on Sissoko. That's when I knew the game was done. For me, the player he shouldn't have played, Eric Dyer, is a joke. He's a joke. I could do his job. Man United, Fernandes didn't do jack. Pogba was in the wrong position. Rashford looked frustrated. It was only really Fred and McTominay and Cavani were the ones doing the bits. Even your guy, left back, he looked all right. My man was pinging balls from left back, Luke Shaw. Who was right back? Wan-Bissaka. Lindelof, and Maguire. But to be honest, was Maguire and Lindelof tested? No,
they were. They were today.
They weren't tested.
Because for me, look at the first goal for you guys. I'll bet it all on Lindelof because it's almost like you need to put his foot through the ball. Man, sit there think he's like in ballerina or something like that, just bounce on the ball. So, but let's talk about the thing, what you guys call the thing, the best left back in the country, the thing. He first half United's best player, and I think he probably was the best player on the pitch first half. And you guys call him the thing. Yeah. To be honest with you, this season, quote me if I'm wrong, but with the stats and the figures and the way this guy's playing, I think right fans have to start crediting him, giving him some credit. So let's start with Mr. B first, and then we're going to come to you about some recognition for the thing, as you guys call him. So, Mr. B, we call him Brazilian on the show, but it seems like people ain't grasping it, and people are sitting there still criticizing. But today, again, first half, he could have even got man in the match if it wasn't for probably Pogba today. Yeah? He could have got man in the match. So talk to me about the Brazilian thing.
The thing with the issue with Luke Shaw, everybody apart from Man United fans we watch him week in, week out. Maybe as rival fans, they only watch him when he plays against their team or on Match of the Day, which is a highlights clip. But we, as obviously, we do the preview on the show, we have reaction on the show. We tend to try and watch the whole game.
Yeah.
He plays that way every single game. But because he's fat Luke Shaw, overweight Luke Shaw, this is 2 years ago. What does Luke Shaw, who never crossed the halfway line, that is the impression that people still have of him. So until he plays against your specific team where you can actually see him play, that's when you realize, and then you understand, okay, then maybe we're not just taking a piss. All right, we've come out with Jorginho. Will it stick? Probably not. But next season, his level might drop. But for this season, he's playing at that level where it's, as soon as he steps on the pitch, he knows he's playing a 7.5 minimum. That first half, you're right. First half, he was good. He was really, really good first half. So the doubters now, the more he plays, the more people see him play full games. Southgate's not an idiot. He's picked him. He's picked him in his squad. All right, he didn't play. Pardon me. He didn't play him in the most important game of the three, but he still played him in the whole game. So he's been able to have a look at him. And in fairness, I don't think he let himself down. So Luke Shaw's form has been that level the whole season. So it's not a surprise to me. It's not a surprise to Man United fans, but it may well be a surprise to the rival fans.
Yeah. So, Deji, let's go on with Luke Shaw because, as I said, you guys call him a thing. But there's a couple of comments down here as well saying we can't compare him to Regan. But again, all the criticism that Luke Shaw gets, and it's almost like he stands up and he's get counted every single game. Again, today is a game that Regan could have taken by the scruff of the neck, really, couldn't he? Yeah, I know Jose play a certain way, but he could have just sat there and said, "What? I'm going to put because if people are comparing me and saying I'm the best left back in probably the Premier League, you got to do it. You've got to do it as footballers."
No, you're right. Look, and I don't want to of sounding a bad loser on this channel. Luke Shaw, yeah. Look, I was. I'm not gonna lie. I was slightly surprised. I saw my man Hingle from there into, I don't know if it was into Rashford. I was like, right, this is not the Luke Shaw that I remembered. And today he was making runs, he was moving, and you know what? I'm loath to say he's the best left back in the Premier League, but what I can say is that probably Luke Shaw was man of the match. I can't lie. Moore weren't going nowhere. He stood strong.
Yeah.
He had a little bit of pace in him as well. And it's clear that you guys have done a job. Definitely done a job. I haven't been watching Luke Shaw. I haven't really rated him. But he made a good game today because, to be honest with you, Moira, I don't think he ran past him once. Which I think
there's a couple of times when you watch Match of the Day 2 again there, just sorry to interrupt it. When you go watch Match of the Day 2, and when you watch Match of the Day 2, you're going to see a couple of times that Luke Shaw put him in his arse.
Yeah. You know what? There's nothing I can say. Luke Shaw had a very good game, and you guys I've been watching you, and you guys have been backing Luke Shaw week out. I still call him the thing at the moment. To be fair, he played a good game today. You know what? Sometimes you just got to give honor where honor is due.
100%.
And I'm
respect with that.
Respect to that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably, because we're going to talk about what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking about lineup and I'm thinking player for player. And at the same time, we just give our quick verdict of a 6, well, anything from 1 from 0 to 10, basically, on player-to-player basis who played today. And then we'll have like about a minute or so, 30-second to a minute conversation about the players. And then we'll then talk about a bit about Jose Mourinho. We'll talk about Ole Gunnar on the new contract as well. Okay, so Mr. B, would you mind hitting these, please?
Yeah, we've got one for Rowan again. First half, Bruno was shocking, along with Pogba. Actually, do you know what, Rowan? Let me just stop him. I actually disagree with that. I actually think Pogba had one of his most influential games for us. I think he played with a freedom today. The way that front three, well, you know, the three behind Cavani played. He played on the right. He played on the left. He was central. I think they all rotated differently than maybe the Greenwood would have rotated with them or the James would have rotated. I think it was a natural rotation where they were all able to slot in. They were all intelligent on the football.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't always run down the wing and cross. It was run down the wing, cut back to the player. When Pogba had it on the right, he did something different than what, you know, Rashford would have done. Rashford's all pace. Pogba's more finesse and grace. Bruno was out that side. Bruno was out on the left, you know, but what they did have is when they all interchanged position, the formation stayed the same so that they still were always able to pass the ball. You know, if Pogba was out on the right, he was still always able to pass the ball central and there was always that player, whether it was Bruno, whether it was Martial. That rotation today, I was very, very impressed with. So, Ron, I actually think that Pogba had an influential game.
So did I.
What was that last message? Sorry, we need a upgrade on Matt Fred next season. Can't deny it. Tracy, evening. I see you on the show because your team won, yeah? Mm-hmm.
Chelsea.
Ronald, yeah, do not even compare Shaw to the Spurs left-back Reguilon. We've had this discussion. Mr. Silver Fox,
Arsenal
we
winning
don't
1-0.
care. We don't care.
So, okay, Lloris Henderson. Let's start with Deji. Out of what's your rating and just probably 30-second about them.
Yeah, I think Henderson showed why he's your number one goalkeeper. Again, I was pleasantly surprised. He looked assured, comfortable, but then he was tested. I think we scored, and I don't think Henderson made a single save.
One save, but it was like almost a De Gea save.
Yeah, and with Lloris, can we blame him for the 3 goals? I
Nope.
don't think so. I think those were poor defensive frailties from Spurs. But where it is, you have to give Henderson a nod today. But then again, Lloris didn't have to make any real saves.
No, he didn't. No,
it just goals going in. So it was a strange game.
Yeah. So what you give Lloris?
So Lloris, so he gets a 2 because obviously he conceded 3 goals.
Yeah.
Henderson gets a 4 because he only did. He didn't really have much to do.
Mr. B.
Henderson. I mean, he made a really good save on the 60th minute. His positioning throughout the game, I thought was pretty good. There was a couple of times when the ball went over our defenders, but he was out. His starting position was all right, not out of field, but it was right at the edge of the box. But he came out and he kept the ball down. His distribution, I thought, today was very good. And what I like about Henderson over De Gea, when he catches the ball, when the team are attacking us, his distribution is never a kick, but it's always a rollout to a left back or a right back. It gets our team moving up the pitch so quick because you think about it, if the team's attacking us, most teams attack centrally. But when he picks up the ball, he always chooses the left or right back. And then we spring up the pitch again, whether it's Wan-Bissaka, it was Wan-Bissaka a lot today. Maybe that's just how it's set up with how Tottenham were playing or whatever, or he was always, but that was always an option. And that is what I like about him. The more he's playing, the more he's impressing me. You know, he came out, the ball's in the air. I mean, obviously, you know, we always say, oh, we can hear him screaming. There's no fans, but you can hear that as well. And I think the team, for whatever reason, the team, I say they seem more confident, but
And they look composed.
Yeah,
Composed.
that's it. Yeah, I think he gives them a little bit more composure, you know. So yeah, I would give him what are the marks out of?
10. So 1 to 10. Or 0.
I'd give him a. I don't think I would give him a high as a 7 because he only had one really tough save to make.
Yeah.
But and I can't give him a.
You can give him a
4.
4. Give him a middle one, innit?
Yeah, I'll give him I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6. I think that might be harsh, but I'll
And
give him a 6.
Hugo Lloris?
Ooh, I'll have to give him a 4. He's conceded 2 more goals. He did make a good save from a Fernandez shot, but I mean, look, you're gonna forget about that if you concede 3. So, all right, yeah, I'll give him a 4. A 4.
Okay, for me, I'm gonna give Lloris I'm gonna give him a 4. I'm gonna be a lot more generous than Deji, and the reason why is because none of those goals was actually his fault. I think it's just poor defending all over from Spurs, to be fair. So I'll give him a 4. And then Henderson, again, I can't give him anything less than probably say a 6. Because, well, he conceded 1 goal and he done 1 save, which is the save he will always make that save. If it went in, it would be embarrassing. So I'm going to give him a 6 because he hardly did anything. Let's go to the left back and the right back now. Reguilon and what's his name? How do you say his name? Aurier. So we'll do those 2, and then we'll do Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. So let's go Aurier and let's go all 4 of those guys, and we give our scoring for them.
Yeah. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go on. Yeah. Deji, you're the guest.
Yeah. I thought Aurier had the right game. He's up against Pogba. I think he let himself down the last goal. But out of 10, I would have to say I'll give Aurier a 6. He did a job. I didn't see many things happening on the left, on our right-hand side. Reguilon, he wasn't his usual self, I'm not going to lie. He let himself down. And that little shimmy that he Green would do towards the end.
Did you see Bruno Fernandes nutmeg as well?
I can't lie to you. He looked lost in space on Netflix. So for me, it's a 4. Welcome to the Premier League. I think Luke was assured. He didn't put a foot wrong, so he gets a 7. And Wan-Bissaka, I don't know. He just seems the defensive side of things, you know, but he just feels like a bit of a bulldozer, doesn't he? He just runs straight.
But did you see the tackle in the box though, where he just spread his legs?
Yeah. So Wan-Bissaka, he gets a 6, and for me.
Okay. Mr. B, all 4 players.
I'll go for the Tottenham ones first. Reguilon, I'd give a 5.
Okay.
He's quick. What I will say is he had a run with Rashford in the first half, boy.
Oh, he did that. He did him.
And I was very, very. Rashford put his foot down like he expected to go past him, and Reguilon. If I'm going to be honest, Rashford didn't close him, and I actually think Reguilon probably pulled away a little bit. So that surprised me a lot. His pace.
Yeah.
I just think that it was one of those games where I feel that players listen to Jose. As a manager, they listen to him. He wasn't as... I've seen him play a couple and he's been expressive, as in he will just go down the line. I think he went to a certain distance today and put the brakes on. Or just how Man United set up, I have no idea. But he seemed to be playing sort of within himself today.
Yeah.
Aurier, I hear you lot cuss Aurier. I don't know what he could have done with Pogba today, if I'm honest. I think Pogba, because he had 3 different players to have to deal with. It wasn't just, if it was just Rashford, maybe he could have adapted more to it just being an out and out pace. But because we kept on rotating the 3, I think he had an issue with whether or not to come, whether or not to go. He did get an elbow from Pogba, and I think to a certain extent he took that like a man. If you get an elbow like that, he didn't roll. You know what I mean? And he's got up and thinking, I didn't even get a free kick for that. So he's a bloke in that regards, you know. So I'd give him probably a 5 as well. Wan-Bissaka, yeah, I'll probably give him a 6.5.
I love it.
I
You
can
love
go
to give
as high
6.5,
as
isn't it?
Yeah, I know, man, because I think that's my go-to mark. You know, he was okay today. I said going forward, yeah, that's Wan-Bissaka's style, man. He's stiff going forward. If you had called him the thing going forward, that might have made a little bit more sense to me. He
Yeah.
just doesn't have. I don't think he has that. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that to his game. Because don't forget, he used to be a winger, and
Yeah.
they made him into a left back. So there was obviously a reason why he didn't turn into a winger. You know,
Yeah.
going forward, yeah, hopefully over the summer or, you know, within a year or whatever, he adds that to his game. Defensively, I think he's faultless defensively. Man say, oh, he's positioning, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. You know, if his positioning is bad, then centre-backs as centre-backs need to tell him, or a goalie needs to guide him and tell him where he should be or where he shouldn't be. Don't leave it up to him himself, you know. So, I mean, he came from Crystal Palace. What, you know, good coaching, but we're playing at a level, all right, it's only Europa at the moment, but we're aspiring to go to, you know, Champions League level regular. So he needs to learn that. You know, he needs to learn that. So, you know, give it a year, hopefully he'll improve, you know, but yeah, 6.5. Shaw, I'm gonna give Shaw 7.5. That's straight up. That's my go-to mark for Luke Shaw.
Okay, for me then, Reguilon, I'm going to probably give him... I'm going to be more generous than you guys with that Reguilon. I'm going to probably give him a 6. I don't think he did too much wrong today. It's... watching him play, you guys, when we did the show the other night, you sort of convinced me a little bit after watching him today. I don't think he's Luke Shaw's level or standard this season, but there's a talent there. There's a talent there. I can see it. Then we got Oreos. Again, for me, I will only give him a 5. And I don't know why it is with me, but today when I was watching the game, I was trying to not to be biased and just watch Man United players today, because when I watch a game, I do watch a whole game, but I normally just watch Man United, all Man United players, and seeing what they're doing, how they're doing it, what they're doing wrong, to individual mistakes or what they're doing positive. But today I tried to watch Spurs, and for me, I'll give Reguilon a 6. I'll give him a 5. Wan-Bissaka today does what he says on the tin, doesn't it? I'm going to give Wan-Bissaka today probably a 6, and I'll give Luke Shaw about a 7. Yeah, that's my scoring. So, can we look at these comments, and then we'll look at the 2 centre backs? And this time around, we probably got hit about 30 seconds each, though, because we're going to finish bang on an hour. Okay, go on, Mr. B. Would you mind, please?
A message from. See, I'm not sure if that's. I'm just going to say Spider.
Don't use the name. Don't use the name. Just the thingy.
Yeah. Why buy a striker when we have Martial and Greenwood? We just need to provide service. Do you know what? I've been saying that for a little while. The way that Ole plays, we need our 3 midfielders, or the 2, even one of the 2 deep line midfielders, to be able to create.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. You know, Rowan again. We need a proper equality winger in the summer transfer. We need a right wing position to be filled. So that's gonna be 1 for another show, and 2, that's everybody. You know, everybody has an opinion on what they probably feel their priority is.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that'll be an interesting topic for us to have a talk about. You've bypassed Martial.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to read it out.
And another one from Adam Solo. Are you Ollie out today?
Still Ole out, but I'll give him respect for today, though. I'll do that. So let's go to the. Sorry, go on.
Now Ole's doing a job. Is it 21 games, 22 games unbeaten now for United?
Yeah, 22 away from home. Yeah. Okay, let's go to Rodon, Dyer, and Maguire and Lindelof, because let's hit these 2. Let's see if we can summarize them up in about a minute. All 4 of them in a minute.
Rodon, for someone from Swansea, he did all right. I'll give him a 7. Fire, I'll give a 5. In fact, I'll give a 4. I think all the goals came from him. Lindelof is no better. I think they're both cut the same cloth. I think they're terrible. And I'm surprised he's in that squad. And Maguire, he was solid. He had Kane on lock today. I'll give Maguire a 7.
Mr. B?
Yep, I'll give Maguire the 7.
Yep.
I agree with Deji. I do believe he had him in his pocket. I said, Lindelof's always going to get dug out. And today, I think he blows too hot and cold for my liking. That the clearance that he should have made for their goal is a clearance that you expect. I mean, he got no contact on the ball. You know, and the forward anticipated that. So to me, Lindelof is always an accident waiting to happen. When he doesn't make a mistake, I'm pleasantly surprised. You know, he can be removed quite easily from our squad. Whether it's somebody with pace or whatever, just replace him, play him somebody else. He makes too much errors for me, and he's too weak on the ball. He loses his headers, so I'm going to give Lindelof a 5 today.
Okay.
Dyer, I think it's because he speaks Portuguese and he can switch between the two languages with Jose, and they might get excited by that whole in and out conversation. One word Portuguese, one word English, like they're playing the game. But Dyer, I don't understand. Poch played him in midfield, and not at the back because he has no pace. I just don't see he has anything. But to be playing him at the back when you've got another couple of defenders, I'm sure Spurs must be better than him. That has to be a favoritism thing, and favoritism gets you the sack.
Yeah,
you know, Dyer doesn't seem to be the guy who's going to rock the boat if he's unhappy. You know what he said? He wants to play at centre back. Why do you play at centre back? Really? Because you're hiding. You know, if everybody ever managers played you at a defensive midfielder, but you come in and say to Jose, "Oh, I want to play at centre back." One Jose, for whatever reason, I don't see him as a. Actually, I do see him as a Jose centre back. That's a lie.
Well, he play Phil Jones all the time there, so yeah, you see it.
Yeah. So I do see him as a Jose centre back. I don't know what he does. I don't know what he sees in him, but don't rate him at all.
Okay, for me, Rodon, I'm going to give Rodon a 7 as well, guys, because I'll give Rodon a 7. I'll give Dyer 3 because he was that bad. All goals came from his side. I would give Maguire 7, and I'll give Lindelof a 5. Mistake for his goal.
Can I ask you a question, bro?
Yeah.
Why doesn't? Sorry, can I ask you a question, Deji? Why doesn't Rodon play?
Rodon doesn't play because Jose is crazy. Do you get me? What it is that Jose. The reason why I'm saying he come from Swansea, so I think he doesn't think that he's got enough Premiership experience, and he's a little bit nervous. You can see that he's nervous because for him it's a big time. But actually, pound for pound, he's a decent player. I actually quite like him.
He looks like a good player.
He looks decent.
He's a decent player. He's a baller. But you know what Jose is like? Jose doesn't nurture. He wants the finished article. He wants the finished product. And that's the problem. And until they're the finished product, Jose, it the make it. And that's the problem he's having with Spurs. We got a lot of players that were on their way to becoming refined. But he can't refine them. And that's why the rules are coming.
Have you read that comment as well, Deji?
That's my guy. That's my guy.
So, guys, what we're going to do here, we're going to do something different because I want to spend about 10 minutes talking about Jose and Kane. So what we'll do, let's read these comments first and then we'll move to it. So let's go to, we've seen that one. Don't want to see that one. It's only one comment anyway, 2.
Yeah, this is a message. I actually know this guy. He's a Spurs fan, and I think he's a bit upset. His message reads: Jose visits crack dens, pass it on.
then.
I'm surprised Roden is not playing more games for Spurs. He has been good for Spurs as compared to other centre backs. Well, as I said, Rowan, I'm surprised because he didn't look that bad today.
Him and Tanganga.
You know, Spipes again, picking Dyer, subbing Lo Celso and Ndole. He wants a payoff. Look,
Yeah, it does.
That's
Look,
what-
but the thing is, though, I've said it. I've made comments on the Spurs show all the time, and I've said it. He started playing Scott at centre back. The minute he started playing Scott at centre back, he knew he was out for a paycheck.
Yeah,
he's out for a paycheck, and that's what he wants. So we're going to do Ndembele, Højbjerg, and Lascelles, and we're going to do Pogba, Fred, and Scott, and we're just going to rate them guys. And because I want to then go through the other three, and then I want to touch on about the Harry Kane situation and Jose. So, and then we're going to wrap up there, yeah? So,
cool.
Let's start off with Ndombele, Højbjerg, Lascelles, and Pogba. For you as a guest, Deji, please. We're just going to give them scores.
He weren't his usual vintage self, but he did 1-2 little skills. I'll give him a quick 6. Højbjerg, I'll give him a 7. I think if you go back and you review the game, you saw that he cut out a lot of the movement in Man U. He really stifled your play. Pogba, 7. I think he was a nuisance. One thing about Pogba, I don't want to rate him, apart from the fact that he's tall, he's so strong. And so
I was going to say that.
Remember, it is Pogba. Yeah. Saka handle Pogba. He's a different kettle of fish. Pogba. Fernandez gets a 2. He was so bad. It was so bad that I could have played. I'm not gonna lie, I could have been on that pitch.
So who are you giving a 2, Fernandez?
And the other player for Man U. Do you want me to quickly say McTominay?
Yeah, go on. You know what I'm going to do, Deji? Let's just name all of the things, all of them, and then Mr. B the same. We just give them scores. Yeah. So we've got Dembele.
But I don't like Fred. I lie to you. He doesn't play like a Brazilian. That's probably it. There's no flair to him, but he does a job. I'll give Fred a 7.
Oh, Deji, me and he got friends. I'll put a 7 down.
7 for Fred. And you know what? McTominay is actually better than. I give him a 7.5. He's quite,
wow.
I would rather have McTominay in my team than not. I prefer McTominay than to my man who's the Space Jam Sissoko. So that's my figures in midfield.
Yeah. Mr. B, hit us up with the midfield. So we're gonna name all the midfield.
All right, Fred.
Yep.
You know what? I'll give Fred props today. He wasted every single pass. He wasted every single one of his passes. But instead of kicking it over the goal that he would have done if he was 5 yards further out, he hit the back of the net. So Fred will get a 7.5 from me.
Wow.
Ndombele disappointed me today. I'll be honest. I'm going to give him a 6. Off the ball, on the ball, I love him. I think he's different. I like him. Højbjerg, I don't think Højbjerg did much today. My opinion. I'll give him a 4. McTominay, I'll give him a 6. I like McTominay I like him in that he played like he had something to prove today. And I like that. He's a dirty player. And I like my midfielders to be dirty. Not in a Roy Keane type way, but in a way where, you know, he's not going to back out and he will leave a little piece on you. He's not going to, you know, he's not in there to be, he's not in there to be, you know what I mean? And Pogba, I just think Pogba was class today, man. Yeah. I just think Pogba was class. As I said, maybe that's bias, but I'm looking to be giving Pogba 8 today straight.
Yeah. Okay. So Ndombele for me, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to give him a 7 today. Højbjerg, I'm going to give him a 6. Lascelles, I'm going to probably just give him a 5. Weren't really in the game. Didn't really see much of him. Then I'm going to go Fred, my boy. I'm going to give him a 7. Scott, I'm going to give him a 7 as well. And for me, Pogba man in the match for me. So that's it. So let's go Song, Kane, and Moya, and then let's go to. Should we talk? Yeah, let's talk about the guys, and let's talk about Cavani. We're probably Green or Rashford. Let's go Rashford instead because Rashford played longer, and then we're going to sum it up there, guys. So let's go as a guess.
Yeah, for me, I mentioned it earlier. I think Rashford had a great. He struggles on the right. I like Rashford as the number. So having Rashford on the wing, that number for me. So he gets a 6. I think Son, simply for sure, he gets a 7. But really, Son didn't really do much. I think he's still. I think that Harry Kane. What did Kane do today? Absolutely nothing. Harry Kane gets a 5. Cavani, what can I say? Him and my man rolled back years. I was trying to work at his age because he's supposed to be 33. But my man's making
34, not 33, 34.
Even worse.
Zuma frame.
And he's getting there before the young defenders are younger than him by about 5 years. And he's getting to the ball first. Cavani, I think, other than the game against Southampton, where he helped you guys come back, I think that's probably one of his best games for United. And so Cavani, for me, gets an 8, to be honest. I think he was menace and he caused us problems. I missed Greenwood. What a baller. The little cameo he did, he deserves a 7. He started. I think if he started, it would have been a different game. Even though I wanted a 3-0 win, you guys could have probably given us more because I think that, like I said, the first half, your team looked lopsided. It just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Greenwood kept his thing. He got 7. Yeah, well done to him.
Okay. Mr. B.
Cavani,
Yep.
I was very, very happy with his movement today. His choice of run, but I think you see, you have to remember. You see when top players are playing with top players, he knows if Pogba picks up the ball that far up the pitch, his run's not wasted because Pogba's gonna top players they have that vision. Pogba sees the pass. He knows when the pass for the goal that wasn't given was a wicked pass. You know what I mean? The timing of the pass, he knew if he played it at that time, it was the run, so he made the run, so I think Cavani enjoyed playing with that level of player. Rashford, God bless him, ain't gonna pass to Cavani. You understand? So Cavani having a man who knew he was gonna be able to receive that pass from, he was in heaven today. Fernandes today didn't have a good game, but what was good? Fernandes now is a man that opposition look to be holding and stopping. With Pogba playing so far up the pitch, concentrate on Fernandes all you want. Pogba was able to do his thing today.
Yeah.
Well said.
And then Greenwood on the other side coming on. I mean, Rashford's injured. Rashford shouldn't be playing. I don't care. Rashford shouldn't be playing. Greenwood coming on the other side, then added something. As remember I was saying about the free rotation, the free behind Cavani rotating. He then gave Reguilon something else to think about. So all 4 of those players today, I was really, 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 really happy with. Will it go? Will it happen again? Who knows? But today, I just think the whole rotation of that 4, including Cavani 5, top draw.
Yeah.
What about Song, Kane, and Moura?
Luke Shaw, I did a job on Moura today. I think he did a job on Moura today. Harry Kane, I said already, man. Maguire, see a Monday just coming at this time, and you can't come late.
Talk.
I think he had him in his pocket. He had him in his pocket today. There was one, I think there was halfway through the first half where they both got in a tangle, and Maguire did what he did, and he walked off, and you can see Harry Kane probably think to himself, "Boy, I'm not going to beat him, I may as well just join him in the summer, innit?"
So let's hit the scores up, and I'm going to go to on Monday, and then on Monday I'm literally giving you about 40 seconds to wrap it up with those guys because I want to talk a little bit about Kane and Jose.
What do you want? What am I talking about? The rating.
So all it is, just give Son, Kane, Moura, Cavani, Rashford, and say Bruno ratings out of 10. But we got like 30 seconds.
All right. So Son 6, Harry Kane 5, Lucas Moura 5. They didn't deliver, especially Harry Kane, like Thing was saying, eaten up, munched every time by our Harry. Bruno, give him a 6. Really progressive passing, like you said, distraction. Pogba was playing hard at the pitch, and more quality high out the pitch for us. Rashford, not good enough, running into players, can't play from the right, and poor form, and doesn't cross the ball. Cavani proved today who the world-class striker is, head-to-head with Harry Kane. Simple as that. Greenford, we call him Greenford now.
Greenford, yeah.
Really happy he came on. I just said, my note says, don't always shoot, cross the ball. Did he cross the ball? He scored.
Brilliant, beautiful.
And the other day I said, do the step over and stop going on your left. This time he went on his right and scored. So yeah, happy with him. And who else is there? That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So for me, I'm going to start off with United first. So I'm going to say Bruno Fernandes for me. I'm going to give him a 6. I'm going to give
That high.
That
high.
What,
that
Fernandes? High. Oh, sorry, Fernandes. Sorry, a 5 for Bruno Fernandes. I'll give Cavani about a 7. And for me, Song today, play acting. I'm going to give him a 6 because he did okay in the first half. His second half, he dropped off a little bit. Then Harry Cocaine, or whatever you want to call him, I just thought he had a really poor game today. Harry Maguire had him in his pocket. Lucas Moura, the Brazilian, the Luke of Brazilian, sat him in his ass a few times. So for that, I'm going to give him a 5 as well. We're going to hit the comments, and we got another 5 minutes, and then we're going to wrap up. We're just going to talk about Jose quickly and Kane together, and then we're going to wrap up. So would you mind there for me, please, Mr. B?
I've got him, yeah. This is another message from Pipes. Picking Dyer, subbing Lo Celso and Endon. He wants a payoff. Yeah, he wants a payoff. Well done to Cavani, showing Kane how a proper number 9 is supposed to play. None of this dropping into midfield rubbish. Message from Stony Pipes, your comments. This is TV gold. Fred is from Wolverhampton. Just watching City of Gold a lot.
That's good.
Good evening, Pato.
Hello,
good
Pato.
evening. Good evening. Stony, Spurs are TV comedy gold. We know. Hot Tots aren't even talking to me. Not sure why. That's another one from Pato. One from Pipes again. The Cavani Pogba link up was also helped by having a brain dead defender in Dyer, who is slow in body, slow in foot. He just doesn't anticipate danger. Utter plank. A message from this is my favorite. This one. Cavani. Cavani is the type of number 9 that Pogba needs. He moves. He makes dummy runs. Pogba can pick him out. Cavani chases the ball when we're not in possession and stays central when we're in it. Class number 9.
Yep.
Welcome as well. Welcome to the comment. Thank you. Welcome.
Real pundit David. Fernandes was missing today. I just came off the phone from the police to send out a search party for him. Greenford did well off the bench. Pogba, Cavani, Shaw. Wan-Bissaka did great. Another one from Pato. A Monday on the Fizz. Cheers, lovely Pato.
Okay, so guys, we're going to wrap up. Hello, Pat. How you doing? You all right? Good win by Liverpool yesterday, by the way. Lucky. So we're going to wrap up, and I'm going to just wrap up with Deji, because I know you're hurting right now. I'm telling you, I can feel it, because we had Jose a couple of seasons ago, mate, and it was painful. What your thoughts now, and where do you see this all heading with Jose Mourinho as the Spurs manager? And do you believe they will back him in the summer to be success? And on top of that, with the news, which you can't always believe, that Harry Kane wants to leave the club, do not qualify for top 4. Even if you win the trophy, like you call it, I call it Cup.
Yeah, the McDonald's.
Do you think he would stay, or do you think he will go? But also, hitting you with more questions on top of it. Do you also believe anyone will pay, thing in the regions of about 100 and say 20 to 150 million for Harry Kane in the current climate?
I'm trying to sum up real quick. I'm more than hurt. I am in pain right now. I can't believe it. Mourinho has killed Tottenham. I want Mourinho out. And the thing is, I'm because for the last 6 weeks before the Arsenal game, I said it on one of the shows on PAXTON TV. I said, leave this playing Russian roulette with Tottenham Hotspur. Everyone keeps talking about McDonald's Cup like it's something. It's nothing. And that we'll probably end up finishing 8th or 9th with no trophy. And then what? And right now, it will really fall. So for me, Jose has got to go. We don't want him. I don't want to see his face. And we can be bedrooms. I can put him on the street. Get him at my club. He's finished. Them man look absolutely lost today. And that's what's painful. Because when we take a step back and you watch today's game, it was a great game. But we got spanked 3. I don't understand. For me, it was a dead game. Compared to other Man United Spurs games in the past, where they become frantic. This was a little bit slow, it was a little bit dry, but that just could be me. The other thing, Kane should leave. If Jose stays, Kane should leave. He should go to another club, win something. Jose out. The only reason why Kane might still be at Spurs is not because Kane will be at Spurs, it's because we've had a global pandemic, which means this club that has any fans for over a year can afford to shell out 150 for Harry Kane. Because that's what it's, let's just be real, it's 180. There's only a couple clubs. PSG, is he gonna go play in La France? Keep it real, he ain't gonna. Man City, I think they're rather for Haaland than Harry Kane. That leaves Real Madrid and Barcelona, and them lot there are in. So the likelihood is Kane stays at Spurs, unless we do the unthinkable and we sell him for half price. Enough said.
The only thing with it though, he's got 3 years left on his contract, and Daniel Levy is one of the hardest negotiators out there. So again, and I don't think he will leave the Premier League. He will stand because he wants to break this Alan Shearer record, doesn't he?
He wants to break the Premier League, and the only clubs he can go to is either club or Man City. But I can't see Man U paying 150, 180 mil for Kane. I really can't see Man City. But really, had there been fans, that's 100%. But it's simply because no one's got the funds right now to make that kind of payment. And he's going to China for Harry Kane, and that's why I'm lucky to keep him. But for me, Levy should let my man go. He's such a class act that he deserves to win something. Hangs up his boots.
Yeah. So I'm going to give the last 2 or 3 minutes to Amonde as he joined us just now, and then because Deji, you need to be on another show at 9 o'clock. I just got a message through about it. So Amonde, hit us up the last part of the show, 2 minutes summary of the game.
I don't know what you guys chatted about already, but Henderson just proved today by playing number 1. He's our number 1 goalkeeper. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we said that.
We've done that.
Playing the Premier number 1 goalkeeper. Wan-Bissaka played up, really stood up against Song. Song's really tricky. He didn't dive in. Usually Wan-Bissaka goes to ground. He stood up. I thought he was magnificent today. Lindelof, mistake for the goal. He's second rate to Harry Maguire, who had Kane in his pocket. Always talk about Kane being world class. All he has is a physical. Harry Maguire, he eats that up all day.
Come on there, man. He is world class.
Nothing like that. Harry Maguire is world class, in my opinion. Shaw, brilliant today. As we said, whoever came up against him, ran with him, jogged with him actually, and brilliant on the ball, brings it down, composed, no rushing, in front of Jose. Take that. Fred, I kept saying, don't go forward, stop going forward. Poor distribution still, but that movement with the goal just shows if we had a Fred Mark II, someone who was supposed to do a proper job like Fred, and getting in the box like that, we would be someone would be scoring 10 goals a season. That's what we're lacking. So for him to do that, play that short pass and in the box, he needed Sky the shot. By the way, he needed Sky over the bar. So come on, let's not get too excited.
Well. Yes,
we said that as well.
Okay, McTom, decent performance. Pogba, I mean, his in-game management was fantastic today. Playing down the left-hand side when we were 2-1 up, playing with the boys, using his shield in the ball, running with it, keeping the possession for like good 3-4 minutes, and with top players like Bruno linking up and Shaw's bringing him in all the time. I thought that was magnificent. And Pogba proved today what he can do, higher up the pitch, everything else. And he can play number 6 deep as well, just equally as good. Bruno, I thought Bruno played decent today. Like you said, Mr. B, what you just said about distraction, people are on him and trying to close him down, pinch him, everything else. He's an intelligent player, and we need players like that in the team. Rashford was poor today. Remember the goal we see against Brighton?
Yeah.
When Danny Welbeck snuck in the back post. They also had another player beyond. They overloaded the back post for Wan-Bissaka. Mourinho did the same thing today with their goal.
Yeah.
Overloaded the back post, and they scored the same sort of style of goal. So maybe that's Mourinho doing his homework, or whatever. But we need to sort that out. If someone's going to play, that Rashford didn't get back. He stopped running. He let Song.
Jesus Christ, Amandi,
What?
you're harsh, bruv.
Why?
Rashford is a forward player, and you're moaning because we got overloaded on his side in our defensive box.
Yeah, where we can see the
defenders. That started the defenders.
You're a slave driver, boy.
No, but if you saw, he stood still. Go and rewatch it. He stood still. He could have gone with it. He was like, oh, complaining while Song's going to score. It's not good enough.
Sorry, Monday, I'm going to speed you up because Deji needs to do another show.
Fantastic. Greenwood, fantastic. What he did, like we said, I can't believe I said these things. Stop doing a step over, go on the left, start doing it on your right, and he did today. Keeper could have done better, but those sort of shots, he's clinical with his both feet. And that's about it for me, yeah.
Okay, can we look at the last few comments and then Deji, well, end it there. So, sorry, Mr. B.
Yeah, a message from...
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one.
I was there to help my team yesterday, so no luck in bowl. But thanks for your well wishes regarding our win. Do you think we'll finish second? Of course, we've known that for a little while. Mr. B is too cool. Liverpool love Pato. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you. Deji, we're going to sign out, mate, because you got to go on another show and you got to feel the force on the other show as well. So, like I said, mate, I lovely have you on. Brilliant comment, brilliant. Love having you on. Hopefully, we can get you on this. We can get you back on this show in the next coming few weeks. But listen, Deji, Man United beat you guys. We deserve it. You guys sort of, Jose, the boss. Get rid of him, mate. I'll say. But Deji, pleasure. This has been the guys watching the show. Please like, please share, please subscribe. He's not having it. Yeah, guys, if you're watching the show, you enjoy the content. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And this is the Man U agenda. And remember, there's a show coming up on FTB Sports at 9 o'clock where you find Deji again on that show. So please tune in for that show, guys, and have a lovely evening. Good night.
Bye.